So welcome everyone in the stream.
And to everyone at home joining us for this epic match.
Who was that? All right, Flare Wireless Jacks. Let's go. Joust first taken here. It's Akami. The aforementioned looking for that pass way up top. Could have been a one-on-one if they got it. Did not. So it'll go to the other side here. Finding in a quick boost. Grumpiest Broom just sailing past him however. So Voodoo trying to get that one, but another cutoff. And this time, Gilligan just slipping through the defense from Grumpiest, and Voodoo trying to get that disc back for their team. Could not do it. And there's Chrome Platypus up to Grumpy. And a loose disc here. I see Danimal, a.k.a. Shepard, in the chat. And Single Shot asking why Shepard isn't in there. Good question. Either or. Let's see what these teams come out with. On the Wireless Jack side of things, too, we have Blitz, newer member to the team, replacing Lemon QT. And I say replacing in the nicest of ways. Cannot ever replace the Lemon in our hearts. But coming in here to fill out that more permanent roster spot is Blitz. Lemon just kind of blitzed with real life in a sense. Now that shot is going to be deep and in. What a treat that was for the three-point shot, opening it up here. Finally for Flare. Took about a minute and 10 seconds. It tells you right on the screen, doesn't it? How convenient. But yes, so 3 points right away for Flare. Took him a minute, so maybe not rightest of ways, but, you know, quick enough as they launch out here for Wireless Jacks. Now, Wireless Jacks have themselves a nice variety of launch rollouts, I've noticed. Since preseason, they get pretty creative with it, and interested in seeing their passing play come into play here. I talked about that a lot with Flare. As this pass goes in, there's maybe a little bit of that Discord jitter we were talking about earlier. Just ignore. Oh, by the by, let me know if the overlay, the Twitch extension, is working tonight. Tried a new build as that shot just grazes the pole and goes back. What a pass that was, though. Right to Chrome, and there's the 5th point.
12, 11, 10.
Single Shot saying it's working. Excellent. So thank you to Sealable for that. He gave me a new build right quick after we realized it was not working earlier in the day, switching over to a much more convenient way to get it get the extension stuff started so we can get the other streamers working with it. But here it goes now. Akami slap pass back, finding no one quite yet, and now retrieved by Flare it looks like. So this could be another 3 reined in from game. 8 points now off of those turnarounds, and a couple of them in a row coming from that tunnel as well.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
On offense, looking for that bottom rollout. 2 bottom, 2 top. Gilligan getting stopped. Game doesn't find it, but he will look for a boost there with Chrome. Now it's going to be very tightly contested here. Chrome coming away with that one, backing it just outside the bubble. You can see Game waiting, but they're just going to back it out to Grumpy. Grumpy going way up high on a strong pass, but perfectly placed, just as perfect as that save from Blitz. Looking great on that. Now trying to find themselves the disc, maybe capitalize off that fantastic defense, but looks like it will not be the case because Game and Flare take it away, at least for the moment, before rolling it out here to Chrome in the back, receiving that ricocheted clear of sorts. So Chrome Platypus over in mid, has 2 teammates up top, 1 down below. It's Grumpy roaming down outside that bubble. He usually likes that spot on defense, but even on offense, you know he's going to go for it, and he does make it. So assisted by Game there for the 10th point over on Flare.
12, 11, 10.
Saw some good defense from Wireless Jacks initially and had Blitz there with a great save, but could not translate it into some points on the other side. So grabbing disc here, and woof, just kidding, stunned. That is a fast rollout, certainly from Flare, to just try and pressure as much as they can. It looks like a turnover will form, but Gilligan playing the passing lane. So he takes that with some ease as his teammates make their way up into the front line, looking to get on the board here. And a lot of time, making the shot. It is got by Akami, and looking good there. They had a lot of time to work with, so obviously Flair and the backline having trouble getting the stacks together.
8, 7, 6, 5.
I'm sure being interfered by plenty by some wireless jacks back there, but I only have 4 eyes, so I can't keep an eye on everything at once. Now over here it goes Chrome. Chrome looking down low. That's going to be an open goal. And damaging on that one to get the 13th point for Flair. So in quick succession, they come right back with a goal of their own.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so 13 points. We're a little over halfway through this match, this first round, sorry. As Voodoo does get a stun out here, causes a turnover, looking maybe above. No, just goes for the shot. Interesting choice there, does not pay off as Akami will take that away. It sails to Blitz's hands. He does have Grumpy lurking here in the tunnel, trying to cut off the lanes, and look at that. Enables them just enough time for the stack to get back. Force this bounce shot now. And Blitz just misses his hands, but Will and Akami are there.
Clears it out of their zone.
So getting a clear and looking for some boost. You can see all these players lining up now. Flair has himself a fast one and gets there pronto. And Game looking for that pass. Goes right back to where he was, though. So Gilligan now don't want to mess with him on the brawls. That's exactly what he does. Game suffering the consequences of going against Gilligan. And now Wireless Jacks trying to go on that attack. Blitz here has it cut off now by Chrome. So another good defensive play, this time from Flair. We saw Gilligan earlier with those cutoffs, but this time it's Flair getting in the way, and right back into the offensive play they will roll. There's a pass to barrier, kind of uncontested, so it will result in the 2-pointer. Game kind of hanging out at barrier seemingly all day. No one really recognizing him and his threat. Obviously on offense, Game a huge threat.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So 2:45 left in this first round right now. Flair trying to collect their defense, but right now for the Wireless Jacks, looking good here on the offense. Now there is a stack, a boost coming rather, and a back pass does result in a turnover to Game. So you saw the disc holder there for a moment on Wireless Jacks, just first threatened by the stack as that one goes dangerously close. Or sorry, first threatened by the boosted player, enough to pressure a pass, and so then he tried for a back pass, but guess what? That second player for Flair there pressured it on the back line. So just a double whammy of effective defense for Flair. Over there, it will be passed to Grumpy. Grumpy going up high, Game going down low, and right into the middle-ish of the goal. Also, yeah, noticing the spectator stuff is extra interesting tonight. So I have to address that, I guess. Noticing some hitches, but I know that's just my side, not the players per se. So apologies for that. You got those stop motion arms as, whoa. No motion on that shot, but one heck of an arm from deep down. That was Chrome Platypus. Just snagged it out of the air. Again, it was kind of stopped, didn't really have forward motion. At least not too much of it. And yeah, nailed the center-ish of the goal again. So Flair going up 20-2 here. About 1:12 left in this game, this first round. There's a rollout from Wireless Jacks, pressured quickly and heavily by Chrome. So a big pileup forming. There's Will.I.Am, but has it overturned. Grumpiest Broom coming on through. A good pass, looking for that bounce, and not quite on there. As the disc gets contested and sails out of there for Will. Blitz and Akami in the area, contested again. Game coming on through the ramp. Up top, just missing the back pass now. So it's kind of off to the races, but definitely ahead of it. Ahead of the game is a Flair on that stack. So Voodoo will take it back here. And Voodoo has it returned right to him. Looks like, actually, no, going for the back line as it gets taken by Will. So now Will coming in here with a disc, looking up high for that pass. Maybe one more, but oh, just snagged out of there. Voodoo, the great defensive hands, stealing it and now dealing it to the other side. Goal open here, but Wireless Jacks get back first. Only a few seconds left in this first round as that disc will not just find the mid-line. So 20-2 in round 1 for Flair.
Orange walks away with the W.
The Flair there definitely looking strong, putting together some momentum now based off their last couple games. They had that challenge match over the weekend against Chaos, looking very good. That was kind of the I guess after they finally got together and kind of recollected, because earlier in the week, Flair admitted themselves that they weren't really feeling like themselves in those opening matches, or that opening match that they had. But towards the weekend, they looked a bit better there. And then against Infinite, even though Flair did drop that game, they still brought it to 3 rounds. It was pretty close and competitive, so they were looking really strong on that end as well. And now against the Wireless Jacks, Flair definitely starting to find their form as a team. Meanwhile, for Wireless Jacks, just unable to kind of break through that defense. They had some good attempted passes, but a lot of them were cut off by Flair. Those stacks bothering them heavily on the defense. So when Wireless Jacks had those offensive jousts, they were being bothered in tunnel quite a bit and forcing turnovers and kind of stray passes to happen. So it was a tough situation there. And yes, looking at the score real quick, as we actually do have to make our way back to the round. It is Chrome, though, leading the way with 10 points on Flair, and it's 8 for game along with his 3 assists. So off to round 2 we will go. Now, second round underway. Gilligan and Alchemy there, as well as Will. Voodoo trying to work it through, cannot do so. Gilligan takes it. Now here is Alchemy looking forward. Gets a good shield there on Voodoo to deny the stun, but now just as well. Actually down low it will go, and Chrome Platypus sends it out of there. Plata puts it in with that defensive platter, basically. Just great hands. We know what he's capable of on offense, but still getting it on the defensive end, too. There's a grab by will.i.am, so missed opportunity for Flair that maybe Wireless Jacks can capitalize on now. We shall see. Instead, it will be some quick changes of possession. No one actually acquiring that disc quite yet, so there's a good short-range stack from will.i.am and Blitz, but then getting blitzed. So good stuns, and not a surprise who it's coming from there. Grumpiest Broom. He's not going to leave too much Grumpiest room on the brawling end of things. And there is Game trying to make it a game, but will get brained instead by the punch. So taking it up top, Voodoo. Trying to find someone. We can see the double cuts maybe forming here, but no. Gets backed on out off the punch. Alchemy. So for a moment, Flair was trying to find their formation. Looking like they had that double cross pass option that we see them roll out with, and to a lot of success. You know, when Flair, as that one sails close, actually. Chrome takes it over, gets stunned as well. Another one, but being lost. Oh! Game just takes it and puts that one in, so did not get rid of the disc in time, and it resulted in some points for Flair, but it did take them a couple minutes. But yeah, as I was saying, for Flair, they really love getting those cross passes when they can move up into the bubble around the same time and then have those multiple options to toss the disc to. It really does buy them a lot of goals. Of course, it requires a lot of coordination to really make that work. And Wireless Jacks did do a good job the first go-around just to deny it, but now it is a game here having it stolen, a lot of possession changes. Gilligan going up high, and maybe a rare one-on-one opportunity. Oh, saved out of there, snatched by Grumpiest Broom, cleaning it up with his broom. And that is a good look for Grumpy, long-time capable goalie, as Blitz takes it back for the Jacks. So Gilligan gets stunned here and loses it, though. Game, so Blitz now trying to find a tap pass out nicely to Alchemy. And Alchemy looking across. So again, this one getting barely through. A great tap pass, but oh, Grumpy, what a save again. So this is some fantastic movement here from the Wireless Jacks. Honestly, the passes just perfectly placed right through the defense's hands, but then it's Grumpy at the very end just putting a stopper on it. So definitely has to be frustrating for Wireless Jacks on that regard, because you feel like if you're them, you're doing the right things to get that one-on-one assault at the goal, essentially, you know, just within a couple feet of the goalie. But then to have it snatched out like that twice in a row, it's a momentum killer at times. So Game does take it, does also miss it, but he has a backline player on the bow tie, Chrome taking it back. So Game will get another chance here as he resets to Grumpy. And Grumpy just easing it on up. Much lower start to this, lower scoring start to this second round right now. Only 2 points after 4 minutes of play. That's a good looking pass up high. And there you go. Will the Thrill with a save. Giving kind of a taste of Grumpy's medicine towards Flair now with that beautiful save just directly against the offender. And wow, this is a little bit weird on the spectating end, but that's just me once again. So never mind that as Voodoo comes on in. Does have that cross pass, just the one option, and finds it, getting themselves a goal. That's Game. You see the goalie did dive out, but just not quite in time. So very close, but alas, it will result in the 4th point for Flair. 5:26 remaining. Single shot pointing out the saves as well as Danimal. Yeah, the defense on point right now for these two teams. Saw it on both ends, but eventually ended up being Flair who were able to capitalize off of it. Now a low momentum pass there as Blitz was fading back. On the second attempt, he will get it through. So there's Will, also losing it off the Geo, it looks like, and barely avoiding two defenders there for Flair. So here comes Akami, not much time, does find a pass, but it gets cut off. And a boost race it is once more. Will getting there first, making sure not to overshoot. And also making sure not to get it stolen here by Game and his defense. And oh, again here, so losing it off the Geo once more. Where did those come from? That happens to me sometimes, and yeah, it's like, has that Geo always been there? I don't think so. But yes, indeed, can confirm it has been. But that's happened to me plenty. Here it goes on the way, 2 players, and that shot slapping through, not quite on, but that dunk will certainly do for Voodoo for the 6th point now over on Flair's side. 4 minutes left in round 2.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rocktor saying Blue needs to stop moving laterally towards goal and move linearly instead as the Flair player retains for them. And actually, nice stun. Gilligan coming through. So this might be a good opportune time for a score. Oh, almost saved. But Akami still finds a way to get it through. Turned orange for the splittest of seconds. Splittest, yes. But still a point. A pair, in fact. And there's Wireless Jacks. But yeah, Echo, Rocktor saying in the chat, making it hard when you approach from those angles to really capitalize on your one-on-ones. And yeah, there's a lot of truth to that here as Game looks for it, and it's going to be a save again. Don't mind the jank, I assure you, it was definitely a save as the disc goes flying through. Gilligan now looking for a deep shot. That looks good. Oh, it is good. 2:55 remaining. It's a 1-point game. Not to be confused with Game, who has 12 points on Flair. But yeah, anytime you approach from like these angles, corners, top, bottom, it does make it a lot harder to score. You have less angles to work with when you're going against a goalie. So if you do approach from that mid lane, like so, Voodoo trying to flow right to Game, and there you go. So 8-5 now, up by 3 again. But you see that exactly what we were talking about, what Rocktor was mentioning in the chat here, is when you approach from the front, any of these angles, front of the barrier, you have a very wide array of places to shoot it. Obviously, the backboard too. Backboard's a hugely popular spot, especially over in the EU scene. They use the backboard an awful lot, especially on Phantoms, aka Backlash. That was kind of their bread and butter for the entire preseason, honestly. But Yeah, making it easy there. And oh, good dive from Grumpy. So that was a quick pass, but still able to react to it and dive on it was Grumpiest Broom. So finding themselves an opportune time for maybe another score. Looks like waiting a little bit here, maybe for positioning to form out, just get themselves the best opportunity. And they don't actually have to force it, indeed. So looks like maybe instead a stall, playing the clock here, up by 3 and less than 90 seconds remaining in round 2. So we'll see what they can do. Wireless Jack's in a position where they need to kind of force this issue here. Something on defense right there. Now that's a clutch save. Will could not quite get it out on the clear, but he will find a second attempt here as the pass goes alongside the Blitz. So Blitz trying to avoid any kind of turnover situation. There's a minute left. Wireless Jacks do not need a 3, but it would be very, very welcome considering the amount of time left. And oh, there you go. So the 2-point shot with 50 seconds remaining approximately. So at this point, again, they didn't need to go for the 3, and they didn't. They have enough time here to cause some turnovers, but we need to see from Wireless Jacks especially. They need to link up and, importantly, not lose their stack. If any of them get left behind on this side of the floor, that's going to be trouble for them. So we can see them kind of losing each other for just a moment. As actually that shot goes in, pardon me for almost missing it, but that is going to hurt. So off it goes, and with basically no time remaining to complete a 2-goal comeback, this will be a victory for Flair. Indeed, just a few seconds left. Wireless Jack's really making a great fight out of it, but just at the end, Flair coming through and able to control the disc. That time wasting they did late, especially, definitely bought them some much needed leeway going into the last minute of this round. Take it 11-7. And yeah, that will be the 2-series victory, the 2-round victory here for Flair. And Wireless Jacks, just much respect for otherwise a well-played game and for accepting the challenge match and making a great second round out of it, no doubt. And we'll, go to the score screen and the highlights. It is the game high. 17 points, 3 assists, 2 saves, a steal, and 30 stuns, just stuffing that stat sheet. Along with Chrome, who has 10 points, 4 assists, and 29 stuns. You have Voodoo with 2 points and 2 assists. Grumpiest Broom with 2 points, 3 saves. A couple nice ones in there for sure. And 14 stuns. Over on the other side, it's Akami with 6 points, leading for his team, along with his save and 12 stuns. Gilligan with 3 points, 2 assists, a save, steal, 44 stuns. Blitz with a save, 2 steals, 6 stuns. And our other player left there, unfortunately. But yeah, it was just a good match there. Good second round. Flair kind of establishing their stride, as mentioned previously. Looking strong, I guess, going into week 2. Finally finding their game that we're used to seeing. That passing play, that great defense around the bubble, and the brawling especially. All things that Flair was really noteworthy for in the preseason. So just good job on their behalf. So yeah, round 1, 20-2. Round 2, much closer at 11-7. And yes, Stealable asking if the extension is working well. Yeah, it seems all good on that end. No complaints there. Single shot providing us the deets, saying that's all good. Danimal there saying yay team. Indeed. Sitting this one out and being a fan today. And I guess going home happy. Or I assume maybe you're already home, but you know what I mean. It's a figure of speech. So on that note, the Grumpiest Broom Challenge was a success for Flair. And they will improve their record now to 2-3.